Venezuela's opposition party has taken control of 3 of the country's diplomatic properties in the U.S. CBS News State Department reporter Christina Ruffini has been following the story.
The Guaidó government took reporters on a tour today of 2 of the 3 properties they've regained access to in the U.S. They've basically been locked out of these buildings and others, including the Venezuelan embassy in Georgetown, since the Maduro government recalled its diplomats in January, diplomats who apparently took the keys with them when they left town. One of the many difficulties facing the interim president's representatives here in America is how to get control of those assets of the Maduro regime. And today they made some progress on that front with 2 historic homes in Embassy Row in Washington that used to be controlled by the Minister of Defense and the consulate in New York. CBS News went inside both those D.C. buildings today. One of the buildings is in good shape, and that's because it was under the care of Colonel Silva, that military attaché who defected back in January. The other building, however, is in a complete state of disrepair. I'd say it's currently uninhabitable. There are large hunks of plaster falling from the ceiling. The walls are peeling off. There's exposed plumbing, and some of it appears to have burst from the cold during the winter. Guaidó's U.S. Ambassador Carlos Vecchio said the property is an asset of the Venezuelan people, and the Maduro regime has allowed it to fall apart because they simply, quote, don't care. This, of course, he says, is a metaphor for what Maduro's government has allowed to happen in Venezuela, letting something that was once valuable and a showpiece decay dangerously into an unsightly wreck. The ambassador gave CBS a private tour of the residence after the other reporters had left, and I asked him if he thought his government is progressing enough or if it has stalled. He said no, it hasn't, and the reacquisition of these assets, again, 2 in D.C. and 1 in New York, shows that they are, in fact, moving forward. He also said they hope to have control of the Georgetown embassy by early next week. I also asked him if he believes the Maduro government will issue an arrest warrant for Juan Guaidó. It's been rumored for weeks that the Attorney General in Venezuela has moved to indict the interim president. If that happens, Vecchio said they're ready for it. They believe that such an action will only embolden their supporters and accelerate their takeover of the country and the downfall of what remains of Maduro's regime. Now, whether or not that's the calculation of Maduro's people and why so far that arrest warrant hasn't been issued, we don't know. The Guaidó government also still cannot provide consular services, that's passports, visas, etc., for Venezuelans or anyone else needing to travel there from the U.S. I asked when they thought that might be possible now that they have access to at least 1 consular building, and they told me they're working on it as fast as they can. When they do resume those services, they'll be very limited, and I don't think we'll be seeing that happen anytime in the next couple weeks. Elaine?
Christina Ruffini, thank you.